Years after the second movie in the trilogy, the Isle of Bug has been transformed into a dragon paradise. When a new threat emerges from the fog, the people of Berk must either choose to change their ways or commit to the old traditions. Hello, my name is Owen Williams. This is Owen Williams Reviews. Channel name still working. Also, our profile picture, we have no plans. And today I'm going to be reviewing Dragons: The Hidden World, which I have been waiting for 10 years. It has been a decade since I picked up the How to Train Your Dragon book and read the brilliant line, "There were dragons when I was a boy." It has been 10 years, and on my 50th birthday, I finally went to see the culmination of the trilogy. I did not finish the books, probably will in the future, but it was pretty emotional. And anyway, enough about stories and my personal stuff. In this video, I'm going to start by talking about the bad stuff of the film, then I'm going to go to the medium stuff of the film, then the good stuff of the film, then I'm going to give it a rating, say who would like it, and compare it to our previous film that we reviewed, Polar. Let's hop straight into it with the bad. There are two main bad things with this movie. The first is the villain. I don't want to spoil anything about this movie, but the villain is the weakest that the series has ever had. In the first two, the villains have believable motives, or at least half-believable motives, but in this one, the villain is just literally bad for the sake of being bad. It is, like, for a trilogy that's been in the making for 10 years, this was pathetic. I don't want to sound too harsh because there's a lot of good things about this movie, but I was very disappointed by this. The other less bad part was it was a very fast-moving film. There were quite a few emotional moments. However, the movie was moving so fast that it kind of didn't give a time for the emotional moments to land and for us to feel the punch to the gut of certain things that were happening that were meant to make us feel something. Instead, it would just move on to the next thing, and it was hard to have everything. It was hard to really be in the movie when everything's moving so quickly. But those are all the bad things. The medium thing is the side characters. Through the first two movies, they weren't really that developed, and this movie definitely jumps forward in the idea of developing them, which is probably one of the best bits for me. However, I've spoken to a few other people who've seen this movie, and a lot of them were really pissed off by the side characters. So I'm decided to put this in the medium section. Especially the two twins get a lot of character development, which I loved. They were one of the best parts of the movie for me. But a lot of people are also very annoyed by them and a lot of the side characters in this movie. Just in general, but I'll let you kind of decide it yourself, because there isn't really the best way to describe it without spoiling the movie. And anyway, the good. This was a beautiful ending to a great trilogy. I absolutely adore this trilogy, and it is one of my I think it's DreamWorks who made this, and I am not 100% sure. It is one of my favorite things that DreamWorks has done. Save the Shrek franchise with Shrek 2. I'm telling you now, it is my favorite movie that has ever been made. But this trilogy is definitely up there. I wouldn't say this was a great movie, but I would say that I really enjoyed this movie. We got to see development of a bunch of characters that we haven't seen development of yet, and we also got to see these new dragon species, which is one of the best parts of this franchise. They introduced us to new dragon species, a new lore about dragons, which is really interesting to be doing at this point, and it provided a very satisfying conclusion to a great trilogy. Yeah, that's all of that stuff. Anyway, moving on to the marking system. Out of how well this movie was made, if you didn't know, I'll quickly explain the marking system. It's rated on a 1 to 5 ATE scale. So 5 is a really well-made film. A is a movie I really enjoyed. So 5A would be a perfect marking. This movie did not get a perfect mark. 1 is a bad-made film, and E is a movie that I did not enjoy. This movie did not get a terrible marking either. I would probably give this movie a 4B, based solely on the villain, who is bad. Like, really bad. But, of course, I have spoken to other people who really enjoyed the villain in this movie. So I'll leave that again to your own digression. So 4B is my marking. I think That shouldn't be the highest marking I've given. Maybe 4. I'll stick to 4B. But I don't think that's the highest mark I've given. Anyway, next is the people who would enjoy this movie. Any kids who especially either read the books or watched the movies, I don't think this is a spoiler. The movies do not correspond with the books at all, which is sheer genius. There is no way that the filmmakers could turn the books into a movie series. No way. So they took the characters and they took the dragons and the lore and they made their own story with it. Which I love, because instead of being something like Wrinkle in Time, which is one of my least favourite movies ever, but one of my favourite books, they take the characters and almost seem to half try to make a movie adaptation and half try to make their own story, which is a terrible idea. But the dragons, they fully commit that this is not a book adaptation. These are the same characters, same lore, but on a different story and a different adventure. So if you always look to this franchise and thought, I don't like it because it's probably a terrible adaptation of the book series, you would actually probably like this. And talking about a few other things, people who would like it, that is, any kids who've read it or adults who've read the books or seen the movies will probably enjoy this. If you're an adult who's not really into some annoying side characters, some of the adults I talked to who watched this movie really ruined, the side characters apparently really ruined it for them, but I thought they were pretty decent in this movie. But anyway, and the final part of this is comparing it to our other movie. Ironically, this is the third movie in the Dragon series, and the third movie that I reviewed. I did not plan that, I only just realised that. Polar is the last movie we saw, and again we cannot have more different movies. Polar is a hard R action, live action movie with a lot of adult themes. This is a kids movie about dragons. I enjoy both of them, but I would probably say that if you like high action, Polar, if you like more kids and magic, and pizzazz, dragons. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you've seen the movie, please leave it in the comments down below what you thought of it and any movies that you would like me to review. I recently found out that I am very behind on my Netflix movies, so I'm going to see if I can watch those. Also, might I add, today I went to see Alita Battle Angel for my friend's birthday, and I always give myself 24 hours, at least I try to, before I review a movie, because I try to think of the flaws. Right now, Alita Battle Angel is one of my favourite movies of all time. It was so good. But you can look forward to that review either tomorrow or the day after. But you can also look forward tomorrow for our special big video, which I'll be recording tonight. Anyway, I hope you'll have a great day. I'll see you on the next video, and Owen out. Goodbye.